maybe that's a properly titled stream. Let's have everything right where we want it to be. Here we go. I had notes. But hello and welcome to my unedited playthrough of Disco Elysium, where I think I wanna look under the floorboards. There's various hints that I have tried to keep track of as we approach the day six of Disco Elysium. He's gotten barely a wink of sleep. Hello to you, Death Jr. How you feeling today? I'm jumping and getting my bearings, I think. I had specifically one piece of notes that was really gonna, set me on this. You're saying I should play Passepartout 2? Is it different from the first? Since we're talking game stuff, is it different from the first? Which notes did I have? I swear to everything. It's seriously... Why? Hello! Hi, Hijinks Arcade. Hope you're doing okay today. Hope you're having an alright sort of day. I can skip the first Passepartout. I think I had seen people playing that one. Okay, that's gonna drive me nuts. I did keep track of notes, and if I don't have a notes in here on where, okay, like there's things going on under the floorboards is one thing, and then I'm finding Ruby is another thing, and then trying to, I wrote down the right stats for having a dance party. I think Second saying, it's going alright, hope you're doing well, this is probably the last day. On the one hand, so much has happened, and on the other hand, I almost thought that it would end sooner, but I also, I don't know, still strangely not ready to let go, and yet, if I choose stuff in replay value, will it feel any less true? Okay, so I don't think there's very much to select unless... Okay, I have these in your hands already, so I don't think that I'm destroying the property... What the hell? Destroying the property of somebody who has kindly taken me in. Okay, just head out, I suppose. There's the start of the end of the game, huh? Well, hopefully we can get the dances in. Cause you needed like one of the purple skills in particular. Dun, dun, dun. Hey Kim, anything to say on this, the last of days? Not exactly. There's thing. I remember there being a shivers check that told you to check under the floorboards, right? Nothing came up, searching about in the floorboards exactly, but maybe if you walk in there a little bit more shivery. Okay, so I think I'm either looking up authority or volition in my notes. This is quite a moment of several moments of trying to get bearings. Interfacing authority and shivers are what I have written down. As things that need to happen in order to do this. I mean, I feel pretty decent on shivers most of the time. Interfacing is kind of high, honestly. Authority could be higher. All I know is that once you get into the dance sequence, you don't get more chances to adjust your settings. Huh. Hello to Bleepy. I'm probably not getting through the entire last day in a singular sitting, but we'll get around indeed. We shall get around. Oh, the thing under the floorboards doesn't show up if you aren't already looking for Ruby? Oh, so there might still be things indeed. Alright, in that case, I guess we'll stop hopping around on the stairs and see what we can find from the two of them. I'm still rifling through absolutely every piece of notes that I think are around. So here's Titus. Who's the most recent individual I've talked to? You know what? I'm passing by you.
Copernado is back. What do you want?
That's a good question. What do I want?
Yeah. What?
Are there actually a couple more things to go over it here? But I think I've been here.
More precisely, on the coast.
Past the water lock. Okay, and then I do have the mental image of the hints that are to do with this.
Sure, there's some shit houses there. The cinder block town. Fisher folk there refuse to unionize. I hear they have a shed where junkies sometimes crash. We will stop there.
Okay, wait, okay, we were starting at the so-called junkies shack.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lawyer.
Alright.
Anything else you want, Carl?
I'm gonna bother you later, Titus. I'm gonna bother you later. There's Nico Juju saying some hi. Hello to you. I'm bringing all of my focus to day 6 of Disco Elysium up in here, seeing what there is to have found as I resolve a murder investigation. I feel like there's still enough unknowns that I have no idea how it's actually going to unfold. We found secret rooms back here. We found various traumas. We found a grieving lady standing out in the rain.
What brings you up here in the rain?
It does murder me a little bit every time I go back and the thing highlighted in bright orange is I have a personal question about your room being close to mine. No, okay, well, that's certainly a waste of a trip if I turn back it automatically, but I lost the confidence to be there, so we're just gonna go. We're just gonna let Glacia intimidate us, and we're gonna go on down. So, do I have my settings how I want them? Let's check that really quick, and it's the latest possible time to attempt this. Does it let me in the room? Does it let me in the room? Thanks. I don't think that I am getting the tie this playthrough, but since I was in the area,
has it been consigned there as punishment? This creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself.
Okay, awesome. How many points do I even have lying around? What can I even do? I think I needed more of this, so I'm just gonna lock that in. But also, I did need some of this, and maybe I spend all of my skill points for that. Yeah, that would make sense. Some things reach their cap. Okay, it's just nice. It's just nice to check on the tie, I guess. It's just nice to remember that you die if you attempt to get the tie. I mean, some people have had a worse playthrough. So let me close the door. Some people have had a worse playthrough where they do straight up die to the tie. That is asking, can I send you an image on Tumblr that talks about it? Yeah, let's find whatever final hints are going on, and let's be putting all of this together. want to wear some kind of dance outfit if I'm gonna be in the in the dance zone, attempting to do the final things. You say no clue what this game is about, but damn, this art is sick. There's definitely well, okay, if I had to elevator pitch you my favorite parts about all this, the most impressive parts about all this, that stand out the most to me, then okay, let's actually skip one more. Then what would I say? First of all, everything is voice acted and it's longer than Lord of the Rings, which is more of an intimidating thing than a here, get into this kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I think I needed the interfacing, and I have the interfacing, and authority is currently taking a -1. All right, just do whatever. Put on your mesh tank top instead, serious cop. Okay, I needed more things. Shivers could perhaps be higher. Oh. Okay, well, there's a couple of things that you could have on the electrochemistry thing. You could have on more than one. You could have on multiple electrochemistry sort of things. Huh. A lot of things take away authority more than I previously thought. Cool. Well, I guess it makes sense that basically none of the clothes enhance your amount of shivers that you get. That's as equipped as we get then, I think, for going in here. You're saying I'm scared now. It's fair. There's... Okay, wait, the washerwoman? Oh, I was just there, wasn't I? Okay, and the note that you sent me on Tumblr was, a bullet can be found under the floorboards.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Well, have you seen a red-haired woman named Ruby around the coast?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately.
Heard, then? Do you know who I'm talking about?
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
Okay, I like the conspiratorial sort of tone. It means you're talking to me. More hints?
She's being evasive. She knows something.
I know you're letting me stay in your house, but there's still reason to distrust the police. What's up?
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
And there are several suspicious things going on around it all.
Would you now?
Oh,
You know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other.
okay, the grandma of worker solidarity. I love you for that. I do love you for that. You know something, we're here to help, or this is like when that man locked himself in the woodshed. We just need to help her come out. Is it? Or you don't have to worry about retaliation. The ones on either side, they don't seem the truest. Let me talk about a man in a woodshed.
No, it's not like that, man. With him, we called you. Right now, you just arrived by yourself, like a raven plucking at the window glass.
She has such a good point. I see you know something, but you've decided not to tell us. Is it alienating to say it out loud? She's been so nice.
There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I don't know.
I see now. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
Well, is that enough to let me look under your floorboards, nice old woman who has been housing me?
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Oh, this is nuts. Alright. Alright. It's not breaking and entering if I rented it out. It's still breaking and entering. What's good? I got the tools in my hand, and now we do see a loose floorboard. Alright. That was the most productive 4 minutes of your life.
In this corner of the shack, it's clear one of them isn't quite level with the others.
Move.
The whole space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below.
So what's in there?
Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. There might be something hidden inside the sand, though.
Can I find a cryptid in here? I want to find a cryptid.
Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last resort. A bad idea.
Night thoughts, you're saying? We search through.
You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. Fine dust. And then something hard wrapped in paper.
What is it and why is
A
it?
small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A bullet.
Well, I don't think the washerwoman knew about that specifically. Interesting.
The floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the washerwoman does. You have enough to confront her with.
I'm all up in people's business.
I get the feeling this isn't ammunition against you. It's for herself.
A high velocity retirement plan? Oh god. Oh god. What do we look at? What do we look like? We look under the floorboards. And then
Our tenant
there's...
is a policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Checking the chat for a second. Saying, I didn't know you hadn't talked to her about Ruby, and Nico Juju saying, I'd like to keep joining those stream to chat. Would you happen to have a Discord server where you ping peoples when stream begin? I do sometimes forget to, say when the stream has begun, but yeah, I mean, there is a Discord server to... We ask about a bullet. We ask about a bullet.
Damn that girl.
Evidence, huh?
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her not to buckle under pressure.
That's it then. I just used my psychic powers to come back and confront you in a dumb hat.
Got it?
Yeah?
You didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Yeah.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either.
So you rented the room to her?
Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl.
I check the chat a bit. There's Hijinks Arcade saying, Shivers being able to tell you about the floorboards without talking to her first isn't great. Like, you should be able to get that when you get the check. There's word 789 with a hello. Hello. I'm mostly just reading game stuff, but I hope you're having a good day. The desperation. The desperation within this narrative, huh? Okay, so, we hit continue and I'll get you a Discord link.
She's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. We welcome all kinds of people here.
I almost feel like I'm making Harry take up this space. I don't know, that other people might want. When was
She
this?
came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into? That girl.
Oh, everything. Absolutely everything.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from trouble before. But this seems different.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 entire policemen's on her.
That's for the police to find out. Right. Please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Okay, so it's comprehensive. You said she left on Monday?
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
Oh, I'm gonna meet dogs too. Okay, haha, who? Is the room exactly as she left it?
I cleaned it, like I always do.
Oh, that's responsible. I don't know why I didn't expect that. Was there anything else there?
No,
What's she like?
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation. So I really appreciate that about her.
I almost wish that, I don't know, I had done more conversation with the washerwoman. With everyone, I guess.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder, unlike you.
Work the village elder, you say?
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself.
How?
She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines, but this time she mostly stayed in her room.
It seems murdery. It seems maybe it's confirmation bias if I say it seems murdery before it seems as murdery as it could get.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding.
Why'd she leave the bullet?
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around toting a gun.
Well,
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure. See if she thinks Ruby fits the bill.
oh, well, Inland Empire. You have a lot to say, don't you? I have a possible explanation.
Do tell.
We thought it will say it's an exit plan.
Exit from what?
Her life, the world. The way that world building has worked in this game so far, I don't think that she would leave the world if she died. I think she would still, the way it all works, I think some part of her would still be here. Like a body, but like other stuff too. Her life.
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment. He looks at you, then at the old woman.
Sorry, Kim.
No, she's a fighter.
Okay, projecting. So I heard she was a heavy drinker with anger issues. Do you ever witness that kind of behavior?
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
I mean, maybe this part of town just brings out the peacefulness in people. I would hope so.
The sun sets for everyone.
Inland Empire.
She isn't what you call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself the way some people do.
The some people was directed at us, wasn't it? It was. I felt that, and you're right too. You are right too. Did she have any technical equipment with her? Radio stuff.
Not that I knew of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made.
The Granny Whisperer. Okay.
Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
We're all together, aren't we?
She may simply have kept the equipment elsewhere.
Will we find it yet? So where'd she go?
I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screeched like a cat in heat. Woke me up. I heard her rushing in those heavy boots, heading up north.
Heavy boots, you say?
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I hate to say it, ma'am, but we are psychic. It's not really a thing in this world, but we are.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
You know, that did feel like a very Harry versus Kim thing to say just now. We're psychic. We're persistent. Okay, further up the coast we go then. That place is huge. It's a needle in a haystack. No, we're full of morale. Man, I was really hoping she'd be hiding in this village, or are you sure she didn't go somewhere more pleasant and less wet? Up the coast we go then.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater? Seems like a better idea to me.
It's so drizzly, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh dear.
No, you can do it. You still have plenty of juice in you before you drop. Behind the cinder block houses, old pre-war ruins rise to the sky like dark palaces. The wind calls.
Pre-war. And their idea of pre-war is so nebulous. I think when this game first started, I tried to connect this to some kind of equivalent to our time, our world. But it's all mixed up, isn't it? As it should be. And you can either have more questions about Ruby or move on.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
I want to believe it. Everyone who talks about her loves her. Okay. I'll check back on the chat to see where my mind is after all of that. Talk of last resorts, talk of... Ooh. So this is a tough old washerwoman for not ratting out Ruby. There's word 789 who had asked, is Harry the good guy? You might be gone by now. I cannot tell when someone leaves or is here, but... yeah... question mark. You can be a good guy as Harry, playing as Harry. You can make the choices to be a good guy. Okay. There was dancing to attend to. If I check my notes and everything, would I want to go dancing or would I want to go Everard? We'll break things up. We'll break things up in a in the strangest capacity. 8 a.m. 7:52 in the morning. You are still busting it down. But the earlier you come in here, the funnier that is to me. It's a conversation with you, isn't it? It's how badly do I want to see this part? We saved the game. We saved the game before we go in here. Huh, one of my quick saves is a backup. I wonder what happened in there. Hello to you, Cosmozoan. The funky with Dubois indeed. It's good to see you. on a virtual
man. It's good to see you.
We succeeded this once, sort of, but then quickly proceeded to fail it. You know. I still don't feel
Goodbye, officer.
great about this. What outfit do I want to put you in? What does this coat do? If I overthink a coat, am I overthinking a coat? Oh, it puts your empathy up and your hand-eye coordination. I don't want him to have a racism brain aneurysm again. That was one of the most painful things I've seen in the entire game. And here I am. Fresh on a new save. Can we do it? Is it? Let's find out.
You close your eyes and dream of the shapes you want to form to bring this strange music into life.
Let's find out again. Let's find out. Goddamn again. Just... Okay. Things I'm missing in the chat as we move through time. You're saying that clashes seem to be lying about her being a violent drunk, and everything we're hearing about her seems like she's a really cool person. Like, I'm also thinking of Tame Leham, just sort of saying, I hope she's alright, I hope she's good. This is great music to be in a time loop too. What do we do? 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 You're saying almost like she was an easy person to pin blame on. Being openly queer also doesn't help when dealing with the cops. And here we are actually hunting her to the ends of the earth, or at least to the ends of Martinez.
Good to see you.
Is it good to see, miss?
You close your
Ah!
leaving your brain to wonder, where did that little fluttering light go?
I don't know. 1/3 of the time it succeeds, does it? Okay, there's some talk of variants on Harry dancing with Everard as being part of the plan. What do I see in the chat indeed? Having the time of your life. Ooh, see that girl. Does my shit lag? It does. Huh. So, we're dancing.
Darkness.
I forgot. I did forget.
Sink down the darkest fathoms of your own personal.
This is what it feels like to groove.
Vertebrate by vertebrate.
Uh-huh.
Through the unformed skulls of
Oh,
your
yeah.
mind.
Okay.
Here it will begin.
You seem like you're blacking out. You're not that sleep deprived. I know you. Where'd the church go?
Who fucking cares?
How did I forget all of this? It was probably the racism attack that made me forget all of this. So it's good that it disappeared. It's scared. I hate waking life. I hate this world. I hate fear and everything. All I want is to dance. Please, God, just let me dance. Harry, I, I, I think I committed last time, but let's say I'm scared this time, because I am scared. You're losing control on either end of the spectrum, and I want you to stay in control as much as you can.
Good. You should be.
I love it when you talk to me. Where'd the music go?
Oh, don't worry. The music's still there. It's you who is gone.
This is creepier after learning about the Pale consuming the edges of the world bit by bit in a psychoactive fog. Why can't I hear anything?
This is a pivotal moment. Try not to piss yourself.
We'll piss ourselves if we want to, ancient reptilian brain. Go easy on us. We'll concentrate.
Nothing. Just the immaculate silence of your spinal fluid. Electrified.
For some reason, I was just watching a YouTube video about how somebody died after having formaldehyde injected into their spine instead of spinal fluid. So what was that about unformed skulls?
I'm gonna let you in on a
New
little
voice.
secret. Every vertebrae in your spine is an unformed skull ready to pop up. and
You
replace
don't
the
say that to people.
other, like shark teeth.
You don't say that to
The
people.
one you're currently in has a little brain formation
You stop saying that to me personally.
for its turn
No, it isn't.
to rule the world.
The ye to the ha to the ha to the ye. I go in the church and I can't fucking see. Oh, okay, so is that true? As it ought to be, where is it? Who are you? Just tell me if it's true.
Yes, it's all true. In
The spinal cord. What do you want?
From what I can see, it's about to bust a move.
Failure feels bad. Success feels bad. Does something on the last day feels good, and I'm gonna find it. Bust a move. We came this far. Bust a move, Harry.
Foolhardy, do you even know what's happening on the surface? Maybe 1,000 years have passed.
Okay.
Maybe you started passing out like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, 2 seconds ago sounds good. But, yeah, I mean, I would also play a game that picks up 1,000 years from now, and you just time traveled through the Pale if it does that.
With your eyes still closed, the first thing you feel, all the way back in the pivoting darkness of your own torso, is warmth. You have become a triumph of rhythmoplastics, somewhere in a smelly wooden church on the coast of Revachol. The wounds from the war you waged on your body are healing, twist by twist, turn by turn. You must have touched upon an entirely new way of moving the human body. Every motion is pumping your brain full of endorphins. Open your eyes to the pioneering glory of hard style.
It feels a little disconnected once you haven't been right in Egghead's quest before this, but this is how we needed to do it, so we open our eyes and dance like we never danced before.
You have become a flawless
I love seeing it. I do love seeing it.
approximation of the throb coming from the speaker setup of the one called Eggheads.
Yeah.
Entirely, rigidly, imbecilic, without pity or fear.
And we're not out of the woods yet. You can still have a spasm of racism for some reason, and black out for 30 minutes to an hour.
Free from self-awareness. No deliberation. Only execution.
Free of style? No, I'm looking at you. You have style. You do have style very much. Oh my god. Okay, so you're free of self-awareness, and I have all of it for you. I'm guiding you away from racism. Okay. You're slack-jawed, in disbelief at the hardcoreness on display. Yes, way. This is really happening.
With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future that will never come, the young man observes your moves for a second.
Okay, let me see you bust it down. Okay, in the same hideous pattern, so there's still some self-awareness in there.
He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, mess it up, mess it up. I'm so afraid of everything. Sal, what you doing? I don't know.
Lifts her headphones up slightly and raises her chin, looking at you expectantly.
You gotta give me attention or I'll die, Sal.
Aren't you going to dance?
Get the party started?
No. Recording.
Well, some vibe of our footsteps is gonna end up in your recordings.
The lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance before turning her attention back to her.
You can't get him in on it.
She's still at her mainframe, pressing buttons, reading printouts, but she started nodding her head along to the music.
The energy. There's something so hilarious doing this hours canonically after finishing the Egghead quest. Okay, yeah, would dance, Andre, it's the law.
Immediately bounces up and down, then assumes the same dance pattern, embellishing it with some sort of waving motion.
Because he's loosey-goosey. Because he's tutti-frutti.
Authority of the law is clearly unquestioned.
Having 11 total in authority. Can I still save things? I can't save a damn thing. I'm gonna, if the authority check fails after this and you go down the slide into madness once more, I'm not mentally prepared. There's Kim is next on the list. The option is next on the list. I look at the chat to center myself. I see what's in here. Just a look at the dancing. It is lagging incredibly over here. There's the commentary on how the spine works. There was a good night from Nico Juju. I was too locked in to see it. I hope you're having a good night though. Oh, there was sharing a plush. That's excellent. And authority, as we send it ourselves, can authority help us with big PP energy? Can a Cell and Sona not interacting, which is relatable, and you shouldn't force people to dance unless their name is Kim? I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. If this doesn't work, then I think I have the strength to go through all the options fast as hell one more time before choosing another option to break it up. Kim, get in here.
What's going on here? Delinquents.
I don't know. So, what if I say to myself, on second thought, maybe I don't need to involve the lieutenant in this pioneering dance-off? Does it lock me out of things?
You totally do.
Alright, Kim. Dance.
Squeezes the bridge of his nose. The light
The
reflects
ominous feeling of this.
the appearance of a surgeon in the middle of a tense procedure.
Hey, you and me both, Kim Kitsuragi. I love you. Have I said that I love you, Kim Kitsuragi? Fictional French fella.
He's having trouble adjusting to the new reality before him.
I could always bust it down 8 in the morning a.m. Okay.
What's happening?
You can say I'm undercover, or I have become Dance, the destroyer of worlds. That's not from your world, right? It's from the Ayurveda. That's from the quote that Oppenheimer said before setting off some nukes, after setting off some nukes. So either we're undercover, we're a little bit opening that Heimer. We're not doing anything. The music just made up its mind a long time ago, and I'm implementing, or I'm turning into some kind of hyperstar. What if I try to connect it to the case a little bit? What if I'm undercover?
Good for you. Rock on then.
Hey, I called you to dance.
What?
I'm sobbing. I called you to dance. Please.
Who's the one
Thank you.
you are?
Oh, scared as shit out here. Okay. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Beautiful, poetic, without the racism spasm. Lieutenant, I am only going to pull rank on you one time, and that time is now.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you in the slightest, Kim. I've traveled through time and fucking space to do this. I assure you I am not. Now get your groove on, Lieutenant. It's all a joke to you, isn't it? Chain of command joke? Future of dance joke? Well, no more. Cut a rug, Lieutenant. These are both beautiful. These are both incredibly beautiful options. Which one's more joking? Let's just say chain of command joke.
What? Get a what?
I said cut a goddamn rug, Lieutenant Boogie Woogie. That's the use of authority. There's nothing but love in here.
Sheesh, okay.
Come on. What do we do?
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing there. It's jacked up footwork. Is that Ubi for dancing?
I don't remember anything. Whatever it is, it's permanently embedded in our psyche. Pops his collar as high as it will go. This heals the scar of witnessing the racism mental breakdown.
Nah, it's not Ubi folk. It's hardcore.
You know, we can call to some inspirations. Although, are there really any when you are an amnesiac?
Yeah, whatever.
You talk a big talk, Lieutenant. Let's see some moves.
Oh yeah? I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. I can do age inappropriate.
I love hearing this from you. Say age inappropriate again.
Now, check this shit out.
I want to. Come on.
The lieutenant begins to heel kick the church floor with such intensity, it's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, to collapse, bringing the church roof down on all of it.
You know, I'm glad I wore some kind of mildly party top today. I'm feeling it. The moves, the grooves.
It doesn't look like he'd give a shit either.
If it all came crashing down, the slightly pointy feet, it suits you, Kim. It suits you, Kim. And so does this groove. Wow. Okay. You can ask, is there anything more I can do to break the limit?
The dynamic motion of your flailing body is bordering on the extreme. You're going off the charts.
And over the sound recording equipment and the floorboards and through everyone's expectations.
You feel as if turning on the hyperdrive would be a point of no return. It's minimal. Are you sure you have the entire posse along for this?
The entire posse, you say? Yeah. I can go out happy now. If I commit to this on a success, do you die for real? I guess that's what I'm here to find out, Harry. If you're gonna die.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Hardcore filthy.
So it does.
The sound above my head.
What now? The sound above your what?
Above my hair, man.
Did it not make any sense?
Okay, this is too imbecile. Excuse me.
And shivers. The very last thing. It was excellent seeing you cut a rug while it happened. Well, before we pull a hernia and pass out for 30 minutes in game time. Well, where are we in the chat? You're saying he's too cool, Kim is too cool. Absolutely. I'm glad I got to witness that. I was terrified, but you don't give up. Oh wait, the jitterbug can damage carpets? I'm looking at all this, and I do believe it. Not that any of them were jittering nor bugging. we're about to be bugging, but not necessarily. You're saying he looks like a puppet on a string? I could see the invisible hand holding the little cross thing, making Kim get jiggy with it. Oh, what an excellent thing to witness. What a friendship and camaraderie. Hand of getting jiggy with it. And you know what? It was my hand. It was my hand. There's Bittersweet appearing to say this is so disco. Kai appearing to say LGBT. Hello to you, Kai. Hope you're having an excellent... It's past midnight, isn't it? Past midnight, isn't it? So it's time to ascend. I wrote down every check that we would need to do to go. So tell me what's up.
On the coast,
That would have been insane if we had failed.
in a small, weather-beaten slave church built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly at its center. An officer of the RCM is contorting his body into idiotically rigid shapes as he invents the future of dance music. It's the hardest anyone's ever danced.
I'm afraid. Did we fail it last time? I feel like we did, but maybe the feeling of failure just comes from racism. What's this strange feeling I keep having? It's cold even now.
I am la Rebachelière.
And you're here to dance? Voice in my head?
I am the city.
And we're getting jiggy with it? What do you mean you are the city? Wait a second. What do you mean? What do you mean you are the city? I thought you knew, Harry. I thought you noticed. I mean, this is what we have an incredibly high level of shivers for. I thought you noticed. Okay, let's ask it.
I am a fragment of the world's spirit, the genius Loki of Rebachel.
Are we... Whenever they go out into the non-existent surrounding the world and find a collection of islands or a continent, inhabitable land through the pale, what are they landing inside somebody's mind? Is everywhere that people live in this world, is that somebody's mind? Is this a dream? Come on, tell me.
My heart is the wind corridor. The bottom of my air is red. I have 100,000 luminous arms.
I love your voice, Shivers. I do.
Come morning, I carry industrial dust and let it settle on tree leaves. I shake the dust from those leaves and onto your coat.
That's really poetic somehow. Not a rhyme in sight, nor a meter. And yet.
I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you with her. And I've seen you without her. I've seen you on the crescent of the hill.
Has your divorce been noticed by the world itself? Because that's incredibly rough. With her, without her. I mean, yeah, I think his without her state is noticeable enough, like a man walking around without half of his head, that even the world might comment on it. How are you talking to me?
The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermometers and barometers. You feel me in your nostrils, on the little hairs on the back of your neck.
Well, now I do.
I also reside in your lungs and vestigial organs. Everywhere there is space.
I just had the terrible thought. What if lead poisoning is talking to us from the industrial pollution? That would also kind of apply. No. You are not lead pollution. You are magical. Who am I? Why are you talking to me?
You are an officer of the citizens' militia, Jaunt in Rebut. When you wear your coat, you wear my soul.
I want that to make total sense. I want that line to come off of the game and just click into place in my psyche. It fits into place in Harry's psyche, doesn't it? I have this conception of the police and policing that I don't know if it fits with the collectivism of the city as a whole. The collectivism of the city and all of these characters, it seems to turn against a citizen's militia as an institution. Again and again, the people here are neglected by it, and so they reject it in turn. But but it makes sense to Harry, doesn't it? It does.
You move through my streets freely, in motor carriages and on foot. You have access to the hidden places. You also circulate among those who are hidden.
A point of view character for a protagonist? You could describe it like that.
I need you. You can keep me on this earth. Be vigilant. I love you.
Oh. I'm glad I succeeded in the check.
An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church with his eyes black and his tongue lolling out. Several others are standing around him. He slowly comes to.
I forgot. I got so into it that I did forget. I did forget that part. Okay, let's come out of my otherworldly reverie by looking at the chat. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Andre was too lame, so Kim stopped. I do believe, I do know in my heart that Kim is a little bit allergic to lameness, which is tough because he sometimes produces it, but I love him so much. Okay, the best shivers check ascended. Harry is nuts. This will be even better now that you know about the Pale. It's so peculiar to try to conceptualize of it. I want whatever legal condition is naturally stopping a Disco Elysium sequel from happening. I want it to be resolved so I can maybe see Harry go to a different place through the Pale. I want to see, can he talk to other cities, or maybe that's too big to ask. Maybe he's only a part of this city. Gah. Talking about the asbestos poisoning. We feel that in the shivers on the back of your neck. There's the love of the voice and description in the world and every crack of the city. I wasn't seeing it at first. I didn't know if he would be at odds with the city, but he is a part of it, huh? Been everywhere, talking to everyone. Be vigilant, I love you. Like a warm reassurance from the city itself. Wait, you've seen people interpret that as being scary? Okay, like people who are not so much into the voice, perhaps. I wonder what vibes I've picked up on or not picked up on that have caused me to view that as nuts as it is, as some type of spiritual experience that Harry is actually having. There's saying Kim is allergic to lameness and yet magnetic to Harry. Isn't it lovely? They are so symbiosis about it. It's so much. Wow. There's you're saying you have to be cool. If you can dance so hard you connect with the city. And that's what it looks like. It looks like being schlumped in a lump on the floor. Oh my gosh. He did so much mushrooms he could speak to the island. I wish that this were the 100% sober playthrough. I still have that alternate save after regretting taking one drink to try to get to Everard. But the fact that he's not even on anything.
Had a good rest there?
It's much nicer waking up with you next to us, Kim. I spoke to the city of Revachol. I don't know about good. Now let's just do a full report. Kim, you got your notebook out? You got your notepad? Write this down.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
I bet you did. That's some advanced moves, man.
And you know, everyone around me, you're gonna have a little chat with Revachol next.
That's all great, but we should really get going. We spent enough time doing aerobic exercise for today.
having seen the save, the alternate path where you fail the check to get him to dance and spout off racism, this is all the more meaningful. It feels set right. You wake up with somebody next to you, with your deep breath.
You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down. Such is his respect.
He has accommodations. You know, I bet Egghead would do a sensory-friendly rave night.
Man! Now, man!
Just... Okay. Stuttering with excitement, are ya?
Now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people.
All of you people in here have not slept in the name of science, in the name of making new music, in the name of getting jiggy with it. So you are about to collapse right now.
End of human development. Mission complete.
You always talk in such absolute terms, and it makes me, what? It makes me believe in you. So, right is static? Yeah, I believe in you.
All right.
All is right.
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath.
The good route. The good route. Hardcore indeed. Oh my...
Goodbye, officer.
I feel strange. I feel strange. This has been very weird. Just do a little save on me. Why don't we? One save in the church. I wish I could see the crab man still. I feel like... I don't know. If I walk over here, can I still see the crab man? Ooh. Okay, yeah, not exactly. You have to be super purposeful to still see the crab man. I can't believe walking through the anomaly still does that. Alright, the very last day things. We're trying to talk to Everard. I want to see you go mask off. Hombre, I want to see you go. Completely honest with me. Okay, things I missed in the chat were the world might seem hopeless, but all you need to do is know where to look to see the fire for a better world still burns. Wait a second, I still have this? No. Wait, the stained glass window. What? Do I actually... I can actually retry that? Okay, wait, I was going away, but since I'm here... yeah, we're going back into the video. Okay, sorry, Egghead, I know you just turned the music down, and also I just passed out. I'm not here for more calisthenics. Although, if it were an option, I would. This is open again? What? What's up?
Of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Can I put anything else into encyclopedia? You could maybe even wear something a little more encyclopedic. Sure, we're more encyclopedic now. You can retry that? Okay, visual... I can't. Not without the right outfit. You're putting on your encyclopedia glasses, your nerd glasses. Let's put on everything. Oh, okay. You can either have visual calculus or be smart. That's excellent. I should sort these better at some point, because this is crazy in the coconuts. Okay, you could have more rhetoric. There's just so much that gives you more drama. You can be the most dramatic person in the universe, and yet if you want a little clothing that gives you a little more knowledge about the world, well, you're a little bit out of luck. Alright, that's... Oh, that is all the bonuses that I get for it.
The
Yeah.
mother of humanism
Yeah.
stands above you,
Yeah.
a precious and
Oh.
complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
It said 42 earlier. Huh. How badly do I want to know this stuff also? Okay, infuriating, but just, I don't know, save since I'm in the business of saving things in this church.
Stands above it. Nothing.
I know.
Just the edge of the
I know.
sparkles in the dark.
Go
They made
2 in a
it
row.
right despite to yourself. The title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
But then she is the saint of just this place, and there are other places. So how is it just your perception that's doing that? And also, I've succeeded at this check, but I don't know if I want to keep going until I've succeeded the other check also, which is a little bit nuts. It's a little bit nuts. That is a little bit nuts. That's a little bit nuts. So there's things in the chat about the crabman, feeling it, talking to Everett now that Joyce is gone and he's close to achieving his goals. It's going to be very interesting. I'm wanting to see it very much.
Humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane. A jigsaw broken
Oh,
shards
for real? Okay.
falls to place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both.
It looks so clear. Oh, okay. Let me get an eye full of that. 17%. I thought I was going to be reloading a couple of times. The game wants you to look at the stained glass window more than it wants you to dance. All right. Wow. Okay. So there's books I could read. What shattered this?
Unknown.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the visual calculus isn't that high. Who's the older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses.
What the
holding a
hell?
golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the Queen Her Innocence Day advised. Above, she herself is whole.
This... Every single time I learn something about the world, I'm getting chills about it. Also, she's just wearing shades that to me look very modern in this stained glass image. This is the kind of thing that makes me say to myself, I was on the wrong track to try to match this up to any particular equivalent timeline to our world. Look at those glasses in this 300-year-old church. Looking like sunglasses, looking cool as hell.
Small figures of wise men, common men. Worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, farriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
I mean, that's incredible. What does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau.
Very French.
And then along the left side, après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
This game is better for bilingual people, isn't it? Here I am monolingually stumbling through.
After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change, akin to finding life after death.
And I never noticed how I associate all stained glass windows, because of course I'm bound to our world perspective. I associate all stained glass windows with medieval attire, because that was what the most popular time to make them, or just robes and stuff. I didn't notice the buttons on her sleeve. If I move this little thing, the buttons on her sleeve. Okay, set that back. Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death. I think he knows. I think he might even be surprised that we only know now.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again.
Chills every time, apparently.
This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Did we get a little bit more secular? Because in the overall power structure and politics of the world, it doesn't seem like you did, but tell me, why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
Sexism win, misogyny win. Okay, what's the RCM motto now? I'm Joe Rogan and take my dick supplements, something like that. No. It's something good? Question mark. This doesn't bode well for me.
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
And force, yeah. Can't forget the force. Alright, you go, little Jedi. Or you could say not very feminine, or I like the other one better, or I like this, puts the fear of God, and we censor that back out. But he's already told you. He's already told you that he is homosexual underground, and you've already told you that you are kind of bisexual. Girl, where does this come from? Okay, you could say not very feminine, I like the other one better. It's not very feminine, you could say? What does that lead to if I click that?
Not at all.
Sure. Prudence could be someone's name, though. I think there's a girl named Prudence. Step back.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax paper.
Gonna quick save. Sorry to interrupt you, narrator. Not to be addicted to quick saving. Not to be stained window maxing up in the church. But
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived.
the post-Soviet perspective is a big reason why I don't know what time this is set in, even though they've told me a time, and also it's not equivalent to a time in our world, isn't it? But just the fact that there was so much development and then so much ruin and then so much more development that never reaches you. All right.
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
That's how we like to talk about divorce. What do I miss in the chat throughout all of this? Talk of Irene the Queen. This is much more significant after the Pale. Will the world restart again? If the world restarts again, I hope Harry and Kim are still in it. Although they've only known each other for 6 days. The weird gendering of everything strikes again, and the Pale needs gas station supplements to be more macho. The Pale, the police force, Dolores Oh my lord. There's the saying, Jesus, that last one, Harry, you are literally bisexual. Right. It does make me a little bit sad that going through that quest, finding out your little nuggets of information, it doesn't, alter which dialogue options you get more or less of. They're saying, I think this was made as a tabletop game at first, and there are entire books of lore. I really want to get into some of the extending media, but whatever that's gonna look like after the studio split into a million pieces, I have no idea. I guess you just follow the principal writers or something. I don't know. There's chiming in to say I love her lung design. It is incredibly cool. I think that element is so cool that I didn't notice that she was wearing a sleeve with buttons on it, honestly. Just the saintly energy of it. Most famous person of all time, more famous than the Beatles and God and everything. So what's an innocence, as we are haunted by divorce?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
Embodiment of the world spirit. And she was chosen, and she was furthermore chosen by a queen, by a ruler. I mean, okay, yeah, this is excellent to find out pretty soon after finding out about the Pale in the first place, because it's, I don't know, relatively fresh in my head. So is this a ruler? Is this a tyrant? You know, if we only get to pick one, we've been wary of tyrants. Tell me if it's a tyrant.
In a way, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built from the ground up to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time.
The legal system? It's prepared for another one of her to embody a new land? But also she was mortal and she died. So if I can talk to the city, quick question. Is Harry her now? Are we her now? Not to get too crack theory on you.
An innocence is infallible.
Oh.
The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
I have a feeling one isn't in office now, but let's still ask if one is.
No, we are alone.
And yet, infallible, continuous, compressed. So you don't believe in any kind of reincarnation, I take it? And there's so much mysticism around her that I don't know where it ends and where the strange, foggy reality of the Pale begins. When did she rule? 300 years ago, at least, I would guess. Probably more.
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
A lot of things, huh? What else do I know about her?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur, Queen of Seren, modern-day Sir Laclay. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
I mean, it's written down so matter-of-factly, encyclopedically, but you can't tell any of it apart from embellishment, can you? It was such a figure as she is.
Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Hey, we're piecing our brains back together one bit at a time. Where's this coming from? Inland Empire? Is it from the divorce? Inland Empire.
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away.
That's not what we came here to do. What else? Was she smart?
Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge
Contract
and chess
bridge.
sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman.
So, the misogyny latent in the structure of your interpersonal interactions in this investigation is not new. It is at least 300 years old. Probably more.
She made the most of her position in the Antediluvian court. A court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze.
Extend to the limits of your power. What does it look like?
She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
It's so strange that I went into this encyclopedia check thinking it's encyclopedia. It's going to be objective. I haven't heard a lot from this particular voice, and yet that's where all the objectivity is that I've been lacking. Love, aren't you still projecting? How come?
It was on her advice that Irene Le Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on.
This is nuts.
She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
And we get to live in it, don't we? After all of that sort of praising internal monologue, I think it's fine to say that you don't care.
Okay, when her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
I can't tell what's real and what's embellished, so I'll take that as 100% real. Why not?
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. I repeat, her lungs started glowing. Do you care now?
What if she really was from the future and she put some LED on her titties? You ever think about that, encyclopedia? I want more. I want to see things I've missed in the chat for a second. You're talking about heavily modded D&D. Oh, have some more interviews given even more depth to this incredibly deep work of a game. Okay. Scroll a little bit down because I'm a little bit up in there. You're talking about how... Wait, Harry being an innocence is literally a theory. I mean, it's... On the one hand, it feels tough to say one way or another because we don't get anyone else's perspective exactly. But also, he is having a lot of powers that people don't seem to have. Like, maybe if we got the Crab Man's perspective, then we could try to start forming a baseline of normal. God, being a depressed alcoholic. You're saying it's interesting how much Dolores is talked up as a superhuman, absolutely perfect to being to the point of seeming supernatural. Maybe she was this in an exaggeration. Love a woman who can kick my ass and chest. Ooh. And let's scroll to the bottom. I think I've made it. It's almost like her perfection is considered objective, or at least that's how much she's beloved. I know it's gotta sound freakish from an international perspective, but I feel like that's how the founding fathers of the United States are talked about or were talked about growing up as a kiddo in this burger nation. There's glowing lungs are for love. She loved the world loved her back, like the lungs on Egghead's belt buckle. That's what he was referencing. Oh, and Harry being an innocence would explain his seemingly psychic powers, his ability to know things that she couldn't know, and being able to talk to the city. Look, I just think... Okay, fine. Harry, the Crab Man, Mrs. the Pigs, the cryptozoologist, and and maybe the dead guy after he has already died. Like, if none of them have equivalent psychic powers to Harry, then I'm gonna put Harry as special in this world of characters that get a little special. that's my short list, I think. If I say I want more, does it do anything?
As did we all. The lands of the Mess and the Occident, and even far away Supram Windy. Altogether, 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning.
So, the way that I'm getting this so far, you discover a new world, you crown someone to be a saint of it, and then all of the existing worlds accept that as a ruler, or do they just do business with with the ruled state? Because I didn't think that she would be important outside of Revachol, outside of this Isola. Was she important to them? Her crowning?
In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky.
Much like the setting of this game, huh?
She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
And to that you can either say, she must have been beautiful, or I don't care how she looked, I don't care, it doesn't hurt me. I didn't come this far to just dunk you in a river of denial. She must have been beautiful.
Oh, yes. She looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well.
The underfeathers interpretation could be read as she was a furry. She was a furry, Dolores Day the furry.
Winter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
And state and religion are all tied up in each other. State and religion and the nature of reality itself, and from the paragraph before this, your divorce, your love, insultingly beautiful, covered in a soft down of underfeathers. What next?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
What?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents.
And the reports still survive 300 years later, don't they? Come up with what?
Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes.
Oh. Why is my first thought that something came out of the pail?
This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Mass hysteria? Well, we just talked to the city and then passed out flat on our old ass, so I'm going to believe a lot of things I don't know. Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
I can believe that easily enough, but I thought Inland Empire you were talking about the divorce. You can say time to heed the warning. There was something bad about her, I want to know. Well, we're about to get these wires crossed, aren't we?
You already do. Although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware.
Least self-aware?
Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
Okay, this was mentioned by other characters. Get into detail. What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule.
Oh.
Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism.
Secularism.
Mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
Well, the darkness indeed. I'm glad I clicked on more of this. So I did interpret that correctly earlier. All of existence is supposed to accept her as a ruler once she's crowned, and then this separate state rebels against that. Okay.
She adored chess, yes, but also military war games.
Girl
Dolores
boss.
Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum.
Okay.
Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
This... I would love a sequel or prequel just set at any point in the Disco Elysium timeline. Apparently, the more that I find out, what would it be like to play as the guard who assassinated her? What would it be like?
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
Yeah, the voices are talking to me, Kim, and they have a lot to say.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
You can say she's somehow connected to the case. Glowing lungs, that's fucked up. Why did we tolerate this bourgeoisie woman that long before we shot her? Nothing, just looking around. She's beautiful, she's not human. War criminal! We're going in a lot of directions, aren't we? May I please click more than one of these? She's connected to the case.
That's mega cool, man. You coming up with theories in here like that? Right on.
Yeah, you want to be cut into the case? You want to be kept up to date? Andre, the speed freak.
We should board that old spooker up, Andre. It'll only disturb the people when they're trying to dance, unshackled by the failure of humanism.
I am feeling the failures of humanism more and more intensely, Noid. Though you railed against them before and I didn't feel them then.
How about we don't do that, Noid? She looks cool.
She does look cool. You can just leave. even when I say a little pretty, please let me click on multiple of these.
Humanism stands above the precious and complex wax.
Very well. Very well. I'm deeply curious about the most interesting things that we may have said, but that's how this goes. We click onto some more options sometimes, trudging out of the church. There's talk of a swan's furry, feathers imply a bird. We were supposed to evolve as a society ourselves, maybe instead of a seemingly supernatural future human accelerating it. And putting LEDs on her chest that doesn't need to breathe. Also want to point out that the Pale Driver had memories of shooting Dolores Day, the man who shot her. Ooh. So, okay, Now there's the most interesting, wrong button, the most interesting Disco Elysium sequel or prequel or omniquel, try taking that form of Dayquil, game idea, which is that you could just play as consciousnesses connected through the Pale. Jeez. Consciousness is collected through the Pale. You are the Pale Driver. The Pale Driver is the man who shot Dolores Day. there's talk of the blonde white women from Marvel Rivals. They just keep multiplying, don't they? They just keep multiplying. Can't women do anything anymore? It was just a little genocide, you know. Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. We gotta start pronouncing the genocide as a genocide so it fits into the paradigm. I tried to say that with a straight face. I instantly became ill, nauseous, straight up. So now we know why Noid doesn't like her and Estelle is impressed with those mass murdering hips. This is still new enough to me that I'm caught up in the feeling of horror about it all, and yet those mass murdering hips remind me of opinions on the Diamond Steven universe somewhat. Everard, let me have it. Everard, I just want to talk. Everard, my boy, my man. You still typing away. Typewriters, it's not any indication of the time period whatsoever. It's just a collection of technology that doesn't anchor me in time at all. Things that I missed in here. If I scroll up in the chat a little bit, where the founding fathers are legitimately a kind of folk religion. What's Everard gotta say?
So, the ship has sailed. Did you see it? I know you did.
I know you
Tell
know I
me,
did.
What did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon?
You're gonna say something that is outright kind of gloating, isn't it? You're gonna say something to once again assert your authority over mine.
Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
It was dark as shit, Everard. It was 1 a.m., honestly.
His jaw is clenched, and his quadruple chin is quivering with hatred. This is decades of hatred speaking right now.
All right, man of the people. How do you hate?
You get a sinking feeling.
We can say, yes, it did sort of look like that. A bacteria growing smaller and smaller. It looked like a boat sailing away from the coast. No need to be overly dramatic. Hilarious coming from Harry, who has multiple attributes that you can put into dramaticism. You can say, I don't understand. What do you mean? No, we picked up on the hatred. No need to be dramatic.
You wanted us to relay all this information to her.
Yeah.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade. They absolutely hate getting their hands dirty.
Fun. Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
kill 1 million people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
I wish he would say something that weren't true. She was so likable, but I wish Everard slightly less in the disposition just due to our position. I wish he would say something a little bit less true. Now I know why you've been so forthcoming. So this was your plan all along, for me to relay this information to her? Just talk a little more obvious, will you? How do you know she left? He knows. He knows. You used me, or that's wild how you got me to do all that stuff. Thanks for letting me play a part, Everard. Mr. Everard, help me find my gun. Type beat. So you've been so forthcoming. Well, this was your plan all along.
No, no, Harry. What we have is real. We're working men. This here is real.
I don't doubt it. This was your plan?
Harry, I can't see into the future. We are all playing by ear on this planet. I had no idea she'd react so strongly.
It sounds like sarcasm when you say it to me, Everard. Why'd you want me to relay info to her?
I did. I knew the negotiations would go better with police officers telling her horror stories from inside the harbour. It's scarier this way. Turns out it was a magnificent strategy. I never thought it'd so fundamentally fuck her up.
Cool. Somehow none of this speech pattern of yours, I mean, it's a little bit rougher, but it's still deeply unsurprising. How do you know she left? I know how you know, but just tell me.
Harry, I bugged her cabin. I bugged her whole boat. I had cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cup, but my boys advised against it.
Yeah, changing the weight of the cup she's holding would be a little bit obvious.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
Oh, yeah. Am I bugged? Am I bugged right now? I have like 90 jackets in my inventory. Did you put a little technology inside of one of those? So you've been listening to our conversations. You heard me flirt with her? You heard me not know what our world's concept of heat death is? What?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
That's kind of embarrassing. Was it the Hardy Boars? I've been talking to them.
Hell no. They'd fuck it up. They
yeah.
can't do anything right. I mean my real boys. My special task force boys.
Well, that feels weird to know about. The delineation between your boys.
Where are these boys?
Can we meet your boys?
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Everything just goes deeper, doesn't it? 10,000 however many words in this entire game. It's a bigger number, isn't it? And it just goes deeper every time. So we can say, you used me, that's wild, how you got me to do all this stuff, or we could suck up. We could... I just think it's wild. And I can say that it's wild.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her. You could have kept it for yourself.
You really love emphasizing when I've made a conscious decision to do something, don't you? You use my intellectual curiosity against me, is what I could say. But she told me a beautiful story about the discovery of the insulin. But she said she's insane like me. So what's gonna happen now? The story matters to me. I've been very into it. I'll start with that one, if I get to pick multiple.
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories about all the interesting things they've done and seen. All the beautiful places they've been to. It's just sentimentalism. She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
That wrapped up into your worldview marvelously. My God.
It saddens him that she can. Sours it, but only a tiny bit.
You even have empathy for... for a most prickly individual. You used my intellectual curiosity against me. Looks like I do get to pick more than one, so yeah, you did.
Against you? Oh, Harry, I'd like to think I used it for you.
You phrase everything like this, don't you? She said she's insane like me.
She's not insane. What did she tell you?
She said she's over-radiated from Pale Transit.
No, she's not. She's a sentimental alcoholic. They all are. Never take a drop and you'll be 8 laps ahead of those upper-class winos. Just like old Mr. Clare here. Try it. You'll be a real super detective.
Excellent. And you can take the advice not to drink. or just say, if that's what it takes, I'll do it. Sobriety for the working class. You know, Harry, it's not too late. In this timeline, I made you drink 1 sip of alcohol and then launch yourself over a wall, spraining every muscle in your ass. But you don't have to keep doing that.
Don't just say it, Harry. Do it. We gotta be more disciplined than they are, or we'll lose.
Camaraderie, you know, it still exists. We can feel manipulated, but the class solidarity still exists.
And you've already lost for so long.
Have we? What's gonna happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone.
And she's powerful enough to have some defining say. Has this really all gone according to your plan? How much death is about to happen?
Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
Well, isn't that something? We can start with, you could have just told me, I would have been on board, or, damn, Everard, I was hoping I'd somehow get to fuck you over in the end, not the other way around, or, but I swore fealty to her, she was my beautiful lady, or, I have a bad taste in my mouth, you better make sure this ends up saving lives, or, I just want to do police work. No. You don't get out of this without choosing sides, without expressing opinions, without expressing emotions. You could have just told me, I would have been on board. Is that it? Say it. What does he say?
Harry, when I need to tell people, I might as well do it myself. That's why I like initiative, and inspiring initiative. It's more natural that way.
Everard, I don't know that makes much sense at all.
You knew something big, and you wanted to see what happens when you tell someone. So you told her. Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you, inside information is the sweetest thing in the world.
This feels very weird.
It's better than money, it's better than pussy. Money only makes you special for some salesmen. Pussy only makes you special for yourself. Information makes you special for all mankind. It's the ticket to history.
Interesting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you could start that off with a You could start that off with a my thoughts exactly. You could start that off with a no. Or it does make sense when you word it like that. Yeah, well, what's your thoughts on insider information? Better than pussy. Well, either one of these can get you shot in the back of the head 2 times in a tragic suicide. But what? Better than money. Am I convinced by that? Okay. I guess. I don't know. I didn't expect you to say any of that. So I guess I'm convinced by it. I don't know.
Damn right it does, Harry.
What?
What you did was participate in history. When history calls, you have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
The argument for Harry being an innocence. There should be another word for what he is. An adolescence. You know, you're an adolescence of this entire world. And history is a conduit through you.
You know
What?
what, detective? I am going to leave this out of my report, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
Kim, I'm glad I got to dance with you earlier because I have no idea what any of this means.
Just look at the 3 of us. The 3 careless boyaderos. Good times.
Those are 3 very equivalent answers. Yeah, how can we not say so what the fuck now?
Now we let bygones be bygones because there's work to do. For me and for you. I suppose there was a reason you came here, so let's have it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
Best friend and comrade. I feel more like your comrade. Look at my gun.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the 2 of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
Yes, the mentally ill, homeless elderly woman was quite the challenge, and we actually glitched closer to her. Not that you asked. You could say that she tried to kill me. Not at all. Or the important thing is I got my gun back. I don't know. You've been being raw and honest. Why not? She tried to kill me.
I told you she was a piece of work, Harry. But I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again.
Well, that's just beautiful. What a guy. What a fellow. What do I miss in the chat that I can... that can center me from whatever the hell goes on in here? Is talk of Everard playing 4D chess, spitting facts in fact. Talk of the police really don't care, especially if you're a minority, unless you do something that personally upsets them. It does feel a little bit strange that you can change lives within the course of the case, and then the wider political structure is still breathing down your neck, crushing your windpipe. There's saying Everard's real boys, the Hardys were just a decoy this whole time, the front lines, while Everard has much more important people working for him. The absolute layers to this, truly. They're saying Everard's real boys are just Crabman in different hats and fake mustaches. I think I would be genuinely a little bit betrayed if Everard's real boys were the Crabman. I think I would be genuinely a little bit, I would cry a little bit. She lives a comfy enough life that she's allowed to philosophize, reminisce, and nostalgia, and has probably been all over the world. It is regrettable that this kind of worldly perspective, you only expect it to be had if somebody has had the money to travel. Never swearing more. The option. She inside on my information till it's better than money or pussy. Definitely a sentence of all time. I don't think that there's...
I'm always happy to educate and entertain you, my friend. So, what's on your mind?
I don't think that there's anything else in here. What happens if you ask for your gun when you have your gun?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. Your gun is with an old woman.
Okay, no updates to it.
Who bought the gun from Roy?
Yes,
No
the same
updates to it then.
The neighbors of this...
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10
Wait
o'clock,
a second.
near the old fish
From
market
clicking on
hotel,
this
the
again,
one on the border.
She will be there from 2200 hours.
did I summon her again? If the day goes on long enough, could I get a second gun? Why would I do that?
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Okay.
Very nice, Harry. Is there anything else?
I think I just bent reality a little bit and perhaps produced a second gun, so I'm gonna say maybe no, there's nothing else. Huh. Okay. Let's scroll on down to the bottom of the chat. You're saying that the tier list is cock, information, pussy, money. In order of importance. And we are in fact camaraderie and he's revealing his big plan and you're like, yes, I agree, everyone. Fuck the rich people in power. Did you just start dual wielding cock, pussy, money, and insider information in the... God, what the hell is this video about to be rated? Oh my lord. I wish I could go. I wish I could just walk on over behind him. Nothing lets me click back there though. It's just a situation. Okay. You're commenting that info can fuck people in the real interesting ways. Certainly. Any type of scandal in the universe. I am in the last 15 minutes of how much I want to be here. I don't know, I didn't really set too much of a hard limit, but I guess I'll try to start wrapping it up. And yet, by wrapping it up, what I specifically mean is rushing through the snow, through the sleet, 2 middle-aged men skeet to Ruby. What goes on? There's what are you? What the hell? Okay, there was a container to open. Oh, did I pass a container? Because there's several containers around here. Okay, I was running on over to Ruby, but also in all of the notes that I've tried to go over, I did forget where a container may be. I don't know. I guess I'll keep walking that way. Oh wait, I also do want to stop by the little pharmacy. It's been literally ages since we've been in there. I don't remember where the container is. Oh, container in the container yard. Alright, guess I'm backtracking. I don't mind walking all over the place, although it does crack me up how so little time elapses.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. Okay, here.
I do indeed love a little bit of a looping sort of a dialogue, saying there's a funny thing inside, but I wouldn't say it's essential. It's up to you. Okay, because I remember I did see something in the container yard as we run your old ass back up the stairs, going back to all the places that we already seen. That's where I'm taking our dear companion Kim today. We're gonna run around. You're casually raising the age rating of this chat up to 8. And I'm guessing that doesn't stand for all ages spelled with an O. The rating severe. I've only gotten proper age restricted for a single video one time, and I'm surprised that it hasn't been any of these Disco Elysium's containers, because some of these Disco Elysiums, they've had some. Was it this one?
Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Okay, yeah, this was the one? Well, the odds are looking, pardon my French, absolute shit. The odds are looking terrible.
Before the cargo container. Its drawer has not... Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Okay, rhetoric, don't sound so indignant, because getting physical wasn't an option. I mean, I have a crowbar now. Not to lean on it too heavily, but I have a crowbar now.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
Hey, what if the after hours are now? What if we try this a couple of times? How many times do I want to try this exactly? Since I'm now in the business, swinging on into the business of reloading saves.
You're back before the cargo container.
Am I now?
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
I don't know.
Why are you what?
Anything at all.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective.
Oh, but when you're in a time loop, detective, is it the time to get philosophical? Well, we're in a time loop, so you don't remember that I just said that. Okay, so funny things may happen inside. There's saying the game is already MARR, kids should not be watching. Once or twice, somebody talking or typing like a child ambled in here, scared the dickens out of me.
Has not lessened since you were last here.
Rhetoric.
If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Rhetoric. There's not an ounce. There's not the slightest bit that can fit back in there. Okay, do I want to wear your rhetorical little clothes, anything? Because you can click this all day. And how many times do I want to try that exactly? I don't know, however many is comfortable. It is absolutely nuts to me that I haven't memorized a lick of anything in here except for the mesh shirt. The mesh shirt sticks in my head. Okay. Yeah, okay. Goodbye, mesh shirt. Hello, rhetoric. Hello, speaking so good. Hello. You could mine his rhetoric as well. Just as an aside. Alright. Does anything minus the rhetoric? I don't think so. Yeah. Put on your good shirt, Harry.
Before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it's despite the
For real.
surrounds and trails,
For real.
a beacon of light emerges from deep within you.
What? I looked at that number. The number was 17. I'm okay. Is anyone in there?
The door stands silent.
Why would someone be in there?
Satisfied, detective?
Don't take that tone with me, detective. I'm onto something impossible.
Try again.
If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you.
Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door.
Hi. Ah! Oh! What?
You can't be serious.
I'm scared. Yeah, no, I can be serious, Kim. Watch me be serious. I feel weird. I don't even think anything drastic is gonna happen, but quick save on that one. What? What? So, the open sesame is going on. The saving, the behold. Bitch. The fuck am I looking at? Light bending? And he's rich? This is Everard's real guy? Do we talk?
Stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital.
Can I sell you on a rave? 'Cause I'm stereotyping people who are interested in light. Mega rich light bending guy. Maybe you're not even interested in the light. Maybe this just does this just happen when you're rich enough? God, that's way cooler than Elon Musk. God. Okay, maybe I'm speaking too soon. Kim, your forehead got so long all of a sudden.
The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review.
So, you can squint, you can cover your eyes. Yeah, we want a little of the information to still be here. What do I feel right now?
Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply. They are suspended, distorted, and echo.
I feel even more cracked in the head to recognize this portrait from the Smasher Pass list you made for me, Hijinks Arcade. And I guess that's the question, therefore, in the back of my mind when I meet the mega rich light bending guy. Smash? Or pass? Or what is real?
Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard.
That would be so beautiful to succeed and know more about. But look at that. The number is 20. That is a bad number.
The general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Hello? Or what's going on in here? Or wow. I mean, you gotta say hi sometimes. Did something glitch when they were making the game and they decided to leave it in? Yeah, I'll say hi. I want to know what's going on in here, but I'll also say hi.
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today.
Kim. Kim, say something.
You can't hear him, exactly. Yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum voice doesn't escape from him.
Am I talking to capitalism? What does it mean to be mega rich and also bending light?
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
There's a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days.
Do you know that you're in a storage container? I mean, you did unlock it.
Anyhow, my name is Rustam Theodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
What causes someone to introduce themselves like that? Kim, do you recognize him from news?
Mr. Theodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
Harrier Dubois.
Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois. I must admit, the name suits you very well.
I'll ask all of these. How did you become so rich? I really want to I really want to ask the alternate greeting. I really do. So much so that I would. Okay, like, do my saves. Okay, you can't. Wait, well, can you? What do the saves look like? They are pretty darn close together. I think I did save directly before going in here. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, that better work. Don't break on me. Don't break on me now. Don't break on me. Don't break on me now. I want to see the alternate introductory. I feel so strange. I feel so strange all the time in all of this. So, he's so rich that he's bending light, and I can talk to that.
Stands at the far end of the shipping container. The feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention. Something's amiss. The light beams bend, trying to visualize the physics at play.
Yeah, there was no way we were gonna get that one.
The general
Just tell me what's going on here.
moves, flickering as you utter.
Welcome, welcome. Not too much, actually.
Not too much, actually. That's how I answer questions too often, honestly, so I can't even fault you for that one. Could you tell me more, though?
You can't hear him exactly. Yes,
I
you're able to
know.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm still wondering. I don't know.
Who am I?
I know, sort of. We go through it. How did you become so rich? Funny of that to still be grayed out. How did you become so rich?
Oh Lord, not this again.
Look, sometimes we ask questions about capital, I guess. What's the matter, Kim?
Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case? You say, sure, Kim, I think it is.
And this is the exact second that I've happened to look at the amount of money. I'm so damn curious about what the hell is going on here. And also, Kim, can you see the light being bent? Please tell me you can see the light being bent.
And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grad.
And do you cease to be human, or are the yacht shoes an indicator of your humanity or inhumanity?
All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to pull a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
I mean, I've seen that. Yeah. The rich people these days love turning $1 billion into $1 million. What's up?
And lo,
And blow. What's it like being an extremely high net worth individual in a shipping container in Revachol, presumably all this time? Sealed up like a resource yourself? What's it like?
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level.
I get the feeling that this is voiced by one of the developers or writers.
But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what.
Okay.
Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
This is more than I thought. What did I think was gonna happen? What? You're saying his voice has an ethereal effect on it. It's coming across as honestly a bit tinny. Is this one of the things where my headphones should work in both ears? There's a vortex of richness around him. And you're saying this whole game is Kim asking if what you're doing is related to the case. So hard being rich, isn't it? And okay, our answer to this can be capital accumulation is its own reward. Don't you think that you should use your great wealth for the glory of your fatherland, or you're a thief? People are working their asses off here while you chill. Or it's great that you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of the society? A little bit of the socialism in there, a little bit of something. Or you could say, cool, I don't even have any interesting replies. God, it must be a little bit damn hilarious to go the completely neutral route. You encounter this of all things, and you don't have anything interesting to say about it. Sure, yeah. Sure, of course. You call him a thief? Do I only get to pick one of these? Sure, I walk into your container, I call you a thief. What do you say to me about it?
And that's what? Unjust? I think it's perfectly just.
We can say, what do you mean, or you're using your money as its own justification? Well, can I click both?
Listen, Mr. Dubois, I used to be an idealist just like you.
I doubt that.
Is that we have no objective system by which to measure someone's value other than the market. We should just embrace them rather than resist it.
And this is what value looks like when we're measuring it.
The hand that allocates resources among men is invisible and cruel, but it is steady, measured. Indeed, it is just.
It doesn't put humanity at the forefront, if I may say. You can say being a high net worth individual sounds great. What's up?
Capital makes one speechless, does it not? Winds like the sun that rises from beyond the horizon after a gloomy winter.
Can I ask about that part? The blinding sun of it, please?
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about.
Thank you, Sight. I was wondering, there's something strange about you.
What do you mean?
What, you look a little different somehow.
I'm talking about my chin.
I can't see your chin. Something's happening to you, the light.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient.
It's because I'm poorer than you, isn't it?
The Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth
I
between
knew it.
individuals. When
I
the
knew it.
coefficient is close to 1 or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth. Among that group of individuals, it's been observed that when the Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual.
It's just... Okay, wait. Please tell me Kim can see this. I mean, from the way he was talking, it sounds like Kim should be able to see this. What's our coefficient?
The Weiss-Wiesemann coefficient for you and this individual appears to be 0.9998, repeating.
Are you telling me you are so rich, light literally bends around your face?
Among other things. But calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
I'm about to start eating someone's skin. Mega rich, light bending guy. We can say really, or I'm calm. I'm calm.
That's good.
Kim, are you seeing this weird stuff? Because you had better be.
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who is unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Okay, but the nature of billions is that even if you have an entire comfortable life savings, which I have no doubt that is very possible for you, Kim Kitsuragi, the Weissman coefficient between you and that should be basically the same as you and me, because that's the nature, that's the scale, that's the length of a billion. I'm seeing shit, homie, comrade, guy.
Yes. I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
Well, it sounds like you love this container. What are you doing in this container?
Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think.
Did you bring food and a crapper?
By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
And you can you can give any number of details about Martinez. When Martinez, a district of Revachol, the former capital of the world, or there's a pretty good hostel here called the Whirling in Rags. There's a cool church here. There's a creepy abandoned commercial area here. You know, the commercial area is the most related to Mr. Rich Individual. What happens if I tell you about a commercial area?
Well, as we say in my circle, one person's crushing business failure is someone else's development opportunity.
Well, Evrard is working on that.
It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
Perfect. Okay, why don't you help them? You've got so much money it can't make a difference to you. I mean, there's also like, I don't know, there's so little going on outside for at least the youths and stuff that I dare say one of them would shiv him just for fun. Yeah, okay, so you travel from place to place via shipping container. Let's ask the first one since it's here. Why don't you help people?
There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls.
What if you took care of them like a Tamagotchi? I know this isn't necessarily more ethical, but I thought of it just now.
Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that.
So you travel from place to place via shipping container.
Smart, no? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to.
Targeted advertising?
Luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, hail-proof outerwear, and so on.
Hail-proof.
It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
Okay. So you're traveling but not seeing anything as a form of ad block, or you're just delighting that other people's advertisements don't work on you. Okay, so you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle. Those sound pretty nice, or it sounds tiring. I'm just baffled in every way. It's not worth the hassle. What?
What? No, I did not say that at all.
Okay.
Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
And the bending light appears to wink. You know what? What the hell did I find you for? Am I trying to preserve some kind of relationship? I'll ask if you can give me money. Why not? Here I am.
Please stop asking everyone for money. It does not reflect well on the RCN, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
I have no idea. But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need money.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance
Did I put on enough shirts or something for that?
As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think they only have coins for coffee machines.
I love coffee. What's up, man?
Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this?
You know, a lot. Beautiful. Thank you so much, little buddy. You can say it gets me almost nothing. Thank you for your kindness. Are you sure you don't have any more? I thought you were a billionaire. I'm baffled to the point where I'm just gonna say thank you for your kindness, I guess.
You're welcome. You know,
And the light seems to bend more aggressively. What?
maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
I now wish to backtrack a little bit and say that was nothing. That was truly nothing.
This is a proposal, not a question.
Empathy. The empathy, I have no idea how to tell you this. The game is about to end.
These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water.
God, what? You're going to fail either one of these. What the hell happens if you fail the check that's sure to fail? I mean, I'm clicking on stuff, of course. God, what?
Congratulations. You've somehow managed to fail at failing, which means, in a strange way, that you've succeeded.
What does that mean? Okay, you should invest in a youth center.
Youth center, huh? What kind of youth center?
I don't know where this is going.
Place to train buff kids.
A place to train buff kids.
A place to teach them practical skills like teamwork and self-discipline.
Well, I hope you are writing that down. I hope you're saying that out loud.
Come on, tell him what he wants to hear.
One dedicated to instilling liberal economic values in children from low net worth families, or one to inspire the future leaders of tomorrow to public service. The liberal values, well, we're failing either way, aren't we? Okay, how do the liberal economic values fail?
Brilliant. Without children, who'll be there to buy stuff in the future?
And if that doesn't work out, we can always repurpose the center as a shopping mall or private equity firm. What the fuck?
When life closes a door, it opens a window, yes?
You...
What's the expected return on this?
The return. Highly educated, work-ready human capital, ready to be directed toward any number of your vast interests. Or with human beings, there's always a risk associated. The first one sounds so convincing. Show me how it fails.
You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now. Good work.
I should have put on the pants.
Very impressive. You've got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities.
But what, my vibes are off? Well, thank you.
I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What's the point of being rich if you have to follow all the rules?
What is the failure part? Tell me what the failure part is.
Years around,
What?
seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things off the ground.
You have no concept of anything, do you? This is barely enough to buy a street lamp. What?
Ching. What'll it be? Speed, vodka, cigarettes.
We just dedicated ourselves once again to being sober. Well, thanks for placing your unwavering trust in me.
Remember, it's not a handout. It's an investment, and I expect to see returns.
Why did we have to give out full name? Why couldn't we forget it?
The lieutenant stands there, dumbfounded. His mouth opens slightly, then closes again.
Yeah, I don't know either, man.
Is he having a stroke?
What do you think, Kim? Not bad. Or you can ask if he's having a stroke. Yeah, the one I would regret not clicking on the most would be, are you having a stroke?
No, I'm not having a stroke. You're just still full of surprises. Unfortunately bad, but some good.
I feel nuts. Yeah.
The lieutenant has granted you an aura of innocence. Bathe in it, but don't let your satisfaction show. Play it cool.
All this from the business casual dress code.
Now, was there anything else I could help you gentlemen with?
We're actually solving a murder, but it's been weird meeting you, honestly.
The pleasure was mine.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I must be away soon.
like an amount of children trained or something, I am going to hide from you. I am going to hide from you.
Farewell, friend, and may your peace of mind guide you to happiness.
Peace of mind is for the rich. What? Let me out, let me out. Okay, that was very much worth clicking on. How are we doing time-wise? I know you got other stuff you wanted to do in your day. Since we're here live, do I have Ruby time? I ask both myself and in a general way. I mean, it seems like it's gonna be an in-depth thing. I would expect it to be more in-depth. Why do I have money now? Why was that real? Why is any of this real? This has been quite the surreal trip out here. No. Go back up your little stairs and and show me every part of all of this. You're saying, so that was fun, huh? I told you there was something funny inside. Failing at failure to receive to receive 100 real. Still not enough to street lamp it up, but one could almost begin to repay the lieutenant. You're saying you could keep going. I certainly want to see some Ruby up in here. I certainly want to make my way to that great building, hand on the tab setting the entire time to just sort of, okay, hopefully I remember enough of what goes on around here. Do I remember? So here's where the pigs, question mark, will appear yet again. And here I go, searching up and down the coast after I've, in one day, oh, they're back. That's really lovely. In one day I've made Kim dance and have him see me receive $100. Is Kim secretly rich? How rich would he have to be for the difference between him and a billionaire to be less than 96%? Hi, fellas.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
It really is a fine morning. I didn't know that you'd still have more to do in this particular note. I'm looking for a suspect, if you've seen anyone suspicious.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
Alright.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
Not Hyde or red hair.
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
Alright.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off.
Friendly and familiar indeed. Okay, you're saying you're ready for Ruby, but the conversation isn't short. Alright, although there could be more to know about the Feld building. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong button. Let's see what exactly. If I run all around here, is there anything lit up, perhaps? Anything hidden? Can I click over here? Not really. Okay. My other instinct is to run around the other side of it and see what may be entered from here. Not particularly accessible, so maybe I'll go around the very other side. Look in front of the wall in front of Trent. It is lit up. It is very much lit up.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Doesn't hurt to repeat it. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
I mean, you could say. So we step closer.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking, and and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing in the remains of the edifice. Feld Electrical, you only know them as a small company that makes ink cartridges. Looks like they used to be big. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
To fail first? Why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed. Somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light.
Warmth and light, huh?
You felt it before when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
A bit vague for my purposes. You just know she's in here? Could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. She could be in the identical room over there, or in that boat shack, in that church tower, maybe.
But Kim, I think there's a chance we get it on the first try. Can you actually complete this game without finding her? Well, I feel quite uneasy, actually. Found the empty trap, went on the date, reconstructed the execution, made an awful call, confronted the pigs, established the nightclub, discovered the anomaly, and a death notification. Come on, Shivers.
Even though you're sure
Come on.
see, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
And you can ask yourself, what was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning.
Pale of the morning, huh?
Falling to your side. A prayer of sorts to Revachol.
She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay.
Okay, what?
She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so
Yeah.
we have an understanding of the geography, at least.
You know, my methods are useful, Kim.
And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too.
Alright.
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
And if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Alright, Kim. I like that certainty.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you.
Did it?
An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
A wet and cold search, isn't it? I mean, I do kind of particularly want to talk to the group of drunks. I mean, I don't know, is that just a strange feeling? Did I go through everything? I might have gone through everything. We might already be prepared. You know, we might be.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Very Dolores Day imagery now that I know about that.
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What's happening?
She's down there.
Okay. Shivers, living up to your name. I think she's down there below the building.
Okay. Why?
You can say the wind told me. We looked, everywhere else, or ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells. I mean, if I only get to pick one, I would pick the cold spells.
Good, yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there?
Come on, Kim. You know it's been a few days. I shouldn't still be hungover. I can literally talk to my hangover. That's how bad it's gotten. I love a little joke. Can I joke?
Right. How do we get in now? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Okay.
Finally, my time to shine.
Someone there. Isn't this the one that failed? That initially drove us to drink just a little bit in hauling butt over the edge of a ledge. There's a ladder in the sign. Perhaps we can climb and enter through the roof. Ha ha! Okay, yeah, teleportation. Go.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
You will, Kim. Keep thinking like that. Yes.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Well, if you say so. But the ladder is effective. But something breaks too, doesn't it? The ladder is a
The
thing.
rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
But I can assess.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190 centimeters? What's up,
Okay,
giant?
but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead,
They really don't want to.
what if you were to do something more subtle?
What do you think?
Astral projection. Be open-minded
Is
about this.
is this what all the purple stats are for? What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
What if it's my thing, Kim? Where's your adventurous spirit? Or you could say it is a thing, just needs a bit of concentration, huh? Or it doesn't hurt to try. It could hurt to try. But I haven't killed you yet, surprisingly. So, where's your adventurous spirit?
This really has nothing to do with adventure. We are dealing with basic physics here.
And I'm basically physical, so it won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt a lot.
But it won't hurt me to try.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now.
A parental tone? Daddy Kim, why not? Do it for Coach Physical and you have the magnetic die set? My odds are so good. I could die here, couldn't I? It does seem like the kind of place where I can die. You do have to get out of this before you save things. I feel like I would want to just sort of save in the area, at least. You just sort of before that. So everything has led up to this moment, huh? We've done everything. There's old man Yowie.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop.
So we teleport because we can.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is
Do it.
zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Is this what it feels like to be afraid of heights and suppress it?
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I'm sorry, I'm setting a really bad example for your child.
Bang.
You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
You can say, I did it, I teleported, or just stand there like a Samara master. No, when you teleport, it must be acknowledged, even if it's in the exact area of a ladder. Wow, the end of that ladder is super bad though, so maybe we did.
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
Beautiful.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly, you hear.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring with a backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Now I feel like I should have tried to crowbar like the drains or something. Just whack a way in, something like that. Now we're without Kim. This is truly the worst. Oh my lord. Okay, what's this? Click on stuff first. Do we go down steps? A central support beam destroyed by artillery fire. There's a charming little hat man in here on the murals. So you go on down. Wow. I love the journey of Harry Dubois to pieces. But he's all the way up here. He's not living to 70, is he? That's not intended as an insult. That's just something. There's a... What did I miss in the chat? Kim replying so bluntly with a straight face despite being gay. Teleportation is not a thing. It is hilarious how he's the straight man. Instant transmission like Goku, excitedly telling him he teleported with his eyes closed. This is some spooky... Have you found a postcard in here of all places? It is a little spooky in here. Here I am, alone. There's grime and dust. I probably want a flashlight. I'm trying not to miss any details. There's talk of Goku with an awesome mustache. Do any of the Saiyans have a mustache? I know, flashlight. You need a flashlight. What else do we want? Do I have any extra empathetic shirts or anything? Okay, you could put on the slutty bathrobe if you so desired to help in this situation. What do the shoes do? Oh, empathy. I am already dressed for empathy. Alright, well, it doesn't get any better than that, does it? Just walk in here with your nerd glasses. Everything is collapsed. Antiquated office furniture. It is strange to think about office furniture from over a century ago. I went through all that and I didn't put the flashlight. Alright, bolt cutters or flashlight, crowbar or flashlight. There you go, baby. Change up the lighting on it a little. I don't think any other detail goes there. Mildew is around. And file cabinets in this ancient ruin. I know ancient ruins can already have file cabinets, but I don't think of them that way. Glass and +1 suggestion if you want it. Yeah, I'll take it. It's strangely formal with a little flower pinned into it. I can look into the ground, into the sand. My footsteps are being heard. Is this a sleeping area? You're not here, right? No one slept here in months or years. Sure. There's revolutionary propaganda flyers on the bunk. It's livable. Spider webs in the pots. A slit window. Ooh, could I Could I please get Kim in through here? Look, there's a nice... There's a... This hat? This... This hat was hidden in here? Sure, I can go on a dress-up break in this tense sort of way. Please. No, is it in the items? Have I missed it? Hat. Okay. What do I even need the logic for? Not even very much. Just put on your little hat, of course. What?
This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
This isn't Ushanka, right? Or a fashion faux pas.
Kraz Mazov would have worn this, Yushenka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo.
Well, that's perfect.
Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
Don't even worry about it. We do like it. Oh, okay, so, the dress-up break is appreciated. I'm on a mission, though. Oh, right. I'm trying to click on every damn thing before I'm out of an area.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. The plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
And you can clean it.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
But we could look more like him.
Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Amateurishly depicted. Who exactly did that? Kim, I miss you. There's footsteps here. With one sole of a boot more worn than another sole of a boot. Collapsed tunnels. An unnatural buzzing in the air. I check back at the chat. Vegeta grows a dad stash. An answer to my previous question. So we go around these tunnels. A buzzing sound gets louder. Kim is down. Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't want to wander all the way in there without Kim if I can help it. Okay. That's a bit of a close one. Right over here, maybe? Kim! That was terribly close.
The metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around.
It is a rough idea, confronting Ruby alone, but also interesting. I should write that down on the list of things to maybe do. So we push the doors open. There was really a regular door? Or did you need me on this side for sure?
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner,
Your partner?
the two metal panels slide open with a creak.
I saw a rat. Hello, friend.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
Well, I've been tromping around and stealing hats for a couple of minutes before you got here, so there's some things they might have heard already. How'd you get there?
After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly a storm drain. It was easy to miss before.
He's quite proud of himself.
You've got the skills. You've got the skills, Kim. He's saying could have saved me the effort. Oh, whatever. You teleported. Maintenance entrance, so pedestrian. At least now we know a quick way in and out. You know, a little jape. It's so pedestrian to find a perfectly practical maintenance entrance that helps you live till 70.
Yes. It's cool to risk your life climbing rickety ladders. Anyway, let's investigate these passages.
Well, Kim, I've almost wandered off without you. Okay, so let's look around and be running perhaps in this damp, sandy zone. The man-made, merging into the nature, merging into... Is she still listening into people's communications? So... What? No, I want to see every... I want to see every thought that pops into the head. It keeps delaying me a little bit.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
Pain.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
Well, I did also just sort of waddle around here before I went to you, but yes. So you really don't feel anything?
No, but you are the sensitive one.
Thank you for recognizing me. I am the sensitive one.
He trusts your gut feeling on this.
Oh my god. Well, we're so close now. So I saw the footprints too, though, just to add onto things that I saw. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean? And I noticed that you're whispering, and I'm, I pictured us shouting, honestly.
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
Yeah.
This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably.
Chills.
Go over the whole situation in detail.
We know Everard's true intentions and his plan for Martinez. What more is there to do with the Union? Or we solve the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union's plans? Or do you think whatever happens will affect our cryptozoologists? They seem a little tiny bit out of town. How bad do you think things could get? We know Everard's true intentions.
I don't know. Little things. But you're right. We've gotten everything we can from the Union. We even opened that container.
That's funny as hell. There's a version of this dialogue where we didn't open the container.
You've been very, very thorough there. Your fingers approved.
Good finger approval. We solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union's plans, one could say.
I still don't think that was a good idea. But yes, our affairs with the Wild Pines are in order, since she isn't in Martinez anymore.
One last review before we turn the bend.
Someone's been a very busy boy. Good on you.
Listen, it's funny when you call me a very busy boy. Cryptozoologist, does it affect them, Kim?
You mean Morel? I don't see how cryptozoology and the murder investigation are connected. But the situation in the city will get tense for everyone.
Very diplomatic, Kim.
If it gets that tense, the amateur zoologists might not be able to do their job.
Well, that's extensive. How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
But you can't rule out part of it, half of it. So what's waiting for us, Kim?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
You want me to put away the flashlight?
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Yeah, kind of tromping around.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Okay. Deeper, you say. Might as well save about everything. I want to meet Ruby, and we're coming up on 3 hours almost. A truly remarkable amount of time examining concrete pipes and barrels and finding 40 cents as if by magnetism, finding $1 as if by magnetism. Yes, sure, yes, I will also take those, of course. And we run very quietly.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise
Whoa.
fills your scalp. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the
Scooby, this hurts so much. But I just want to let you know this is all so cool as fuck, ma'am.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
Like an absolute superpower of a setup. Jesus. The sound weapons are real, actually. But you should in no way be exposed to them this long.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Hi.
The voice coming through the world with her is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to.
But maybe we don't have to hurt her? Or...
Doesn't wish to hurt you. Not
oh.
Wait, no. Not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
You could cover your ears or don't cover them. But she said not to fight it. I guess I fucking trust you. I won't fight it.
That's an awful decision.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
Okay.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Is she? She's armed for all I know, and here we are cowering. What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor.
Pale latitude
You and
compressor.
Your partner have been caught in its field.
Okay.
Blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Oh. Saw your equations. It's the Ulan frequency.
Saw
Ulan
my
frequency.
equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Yeah. The pale latitude compressor speaks to you, does it? Whoa. That really serial experiment's my lane.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale. Literally crunch the distance across it.
Fun, but what's it doing to me as a human meat person?
Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
And what's happening to me right now?
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of those stations. But she won't tell you about her. Boy, you're one empathetic police officer to have guessed that right.
God damn. God damn.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Fascinating, isn't it, Kim?
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
Think you're hearing? How does this interface with the brain?
She's been holed up in here for a while, but no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break you loose.
She's wearing headphones. Has she been fully exposed to this the whole time? We can say, how'd you get your hands on this thing? Will I stay like this forever? All of it.
I built it myself.
Okay.
And she's proud of it too. As she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
Yeah, no shit, I could have guessed that.
It's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
From illegal to patented? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
A death ray with law officials trapped in it. Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Oh my god. the hell does that sound like? Whew. I love the effects for this. And a little bit of soft rock in there. Love it. Have you experienced the compressor yourself? The full song is in there? I didn't think we were getting any of that guitar solo. Okay. What? I'm just transfixed in fascination about it. Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do.
Well, bless
Can't
you
say that
and
I
your
enjoyed
ethics.
it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
How did you know it wouldn't kill us? Can we talk about the man who was killed?
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
Well, sure. Well, yeah. Can you turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Absolutely agonizing. God, what's in there? Honestly, I want to let the strangeness of it play. But it's good to know that radio is super similar in their world. I love that. Okay, I catch up on some things that I've missed in the chat. And we are in fact caught in the pale, and finger approval has been said by a 13-year-old. And we know so much about her. Oh dear. So we continue. I'm sorry, Kim, for keeping you in there a bit longer. So you're not heartless, but I mean, even somebody who isn't heartless would want to off somebody who'd said things as terrible as that man had. I mean, it was heinous.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, the gun should be enough.
She's carrying a 2-barreled front loader. Remain careful.
Clearly seen. I wonder if there was any way to get in there totally quietly. Probably not.
Well, it doesn't feel much better.
But I can see it's less intense.
Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
Sheesh. So, can Pale take radio directly into your head is what I'm thinking?
Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Okay, a good time to have a tool equipped, huh? How'd you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
Yeah, we were kinda loud. By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
I've been sleeping there because I am broke. That aside.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way, Isabel the washerwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
Are you preparing for the worst, or you're desperate? You don't need that. If I can only pick one, I would say you don't need that.
Not anymore, no. This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
This is cool as shit, Ruby.
It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
The absolute empathy of it. Can I go through other options of that
I heard
one?
you in the passages. So you found my shack.
Her tone is bitter.
Were you preparing for the worst?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
Not to take a jab at your morale, but I am thinking of trying to break it, because it's hurting Kim.
It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
Then I'm still at a complete loss. So you're framed. You still ran, but you were framed.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus?
Okay. So, I look back at the chat, you're saying she seems like a pretty chill person, and you would recommend gathering as much information as possible. It's totally possible, despite what the game might tell you, and there's some really good conversation in here. She was so desperate after she had been throwing, and knowing it, that Harry was after her. Remember what Titus said about your reputation. It's true, what did I do to people? Okay, she's been framed. We can say Classia was the first to share her suspicions, or when I threatened to arrest her, she broke and told everything. The first one places a lot of blame on Classia, and the third one is more accurate than the middle one. The middle one is what happened. She shared her suspicions.
Oh. I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this.
She's no kitten if you've talked to her.
But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
We can say your first guess wasn't entirely off. Your boys told us you were on the coast, or Titus told me it took some convincing. Yeah, she deserves to know, why not? He told me.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like.
Okay.
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to make you feel alone, and I'm sorry to be apologizing to you when you have me under your death ray.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
We don't. I'm barely getting by. If you wanted to talk about that and shut off the death ray. Wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up. Or we can say I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Or I just stumbled in here. Can you explain this shit to me? I don't think that saying it's not personal helps anything. All of these options fascinate me. Could you explain shit to me?
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
So, was Lately a likable person? Do you have an alibi? You liked Classia a lot. One after the other, why not? He was likable? What?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
There's nothing more personal than that you had against him, perhaps his way with women.
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me, and definitely not a reason to off someone.
You sound pretty serious about that.
See her confident gaze, her toned arms. Yeah, she wouldn't have had much trouble in the intimacy department.
Okay, go off. You don't feel sympathy for the mercs? I mean, I know it's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
It makes sense. Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
It sounds like a collective sentiment, so why did we hone in on you?
She didn't hate him, okay?
Well, that is... that's remarkable.
I'm listening.
Did you have an alibi for when he was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for.
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
We can say no one takes a 15-minute leak, or 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder. One or the other. 15 minutes is just enough time. Some people have IBS, Harry. Can I click both, please?
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped by the bar.
Well, here's what our investigation shows.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
There's a secret way from the first floor of the Whirling to the roof.
No. Not since
You don't
I
play
was
pinball?
14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Why?
There are mysterious pinball machines in mysterious rooms in the whirling, a secret way to the roof.
Don't know it, but also
What?
the shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
Well, I appreciate your insight so much that I'm wondering why you've been hiding.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
Kim, I'm sorry.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
You have a gun?
And
Where'd you get it?
the gun store.
Yeah, okay, what gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
That's comprehensive and quick. Really, Trigger?
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
No problem, but it's a front loader. You have another one somewhere.
Sure don't.
Well, this is really easier for you than it is for me, isn't it?
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wide mouth.
What kind of gun is it?
A Noctway 80 front loader. Two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah. There's still stuff I want to ask you about with all of your fingers directly in my brain.
Yeah. Evidence.
You liked Classia a lot.
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Are you a girl liker is what we can ask. Okay. This is sorry to linger here for you, Kim, but I'll just look in the chat another second. You're saying Classia really did try to throw her under the bus with pulling the crazy jealous lesbian story. That's some toxic Yuri. And Ruby is rolling in pussy, infinite butch lesbian riz. Those Cornell mercs were super evil, though, and no one even heard a gunshot. As a sort of a recap throughout here, does Ruby is the gay? What a painful line of dialogue. She might shoot us just for this. Are you a girl liker? We ask literally as the literal dialogue option.
What the hell, man? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse.
I love how casual you sound. Is peeping one of your hobbies?
Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuations, Detective.
There's a lot of peas involved. There's a hole in the wall. You can see into Clash's room. Wouldn't blame you if you've... Okay, don't do the rest of that sentence. Shit, oh my god. There's a hole in the wall. It's pretty suspicious.
Look, I'm not aware of any hole in Claudia's wall. And if I had been, I would have told her to get it sealed. That's what friends do.
So you haven't been watching her through a hole in the wall.
Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize...
Are you not enamored with her? What did I expect?
For the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable.
Well, somehow I expected more intense yearning. Ruby, you have been misrepresented. Okay, then we ask, but you wanted to be more than just friends.
Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
I'm sorry. She said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts who didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds way more casual.
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Stop hurting my boy. My 43-year-old man who is also my boy.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
What? And then you can try to insert in there, she only likes truly buff men? You know, I've restrained from patheticism a little bit here, but let's be a little pathetic. She likes truly buff men.
She does know how to pick 'em.
Then what happened?
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leaving me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it, move on.
Not the whole story. What's up?
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Wow. you are the most mentally stable out of anyone we've talked like everyone that we've gotten an idea about you from, everyone who has talked about you has been less mentally stable than you are, less psychologically secure, and then actually talking to you, not filtered through the neuroses and worries of the world up there. That's a raw sort of experience. She said you got very angry when she started seeing Lily and threatened her.
Yeah. One time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were.
I guess someone could read that as a threat.
I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
Oh dear. So despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer.
You didn't shoot. You didn't shoot, did you? It wasn't you. I'm still asking more things, but...
Go ahead. It's your body.
It's also Kim's body. Kim.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Keep on? Kim, you wanted to live till 70. I know we're asking everything. I know we are. Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
And is that the only reason?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
Can we please have a little bit less of the death rate? What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
It's all white out in the open, isn't it? Ah! So much audio in here. So you're sure you didn't shoot the merc from the roof? You're sure?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Then it sounds to me like it was some sort of dispute within their ranks. You're running drugs for the Union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
I'm sorry, Ruby. I've talked to everyone.
That really comes as a blow to her.
You can say no, he didn't, I found my own way in, or yeah, and deteriorate her trust.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
I just want more hints, Ruby.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
We can say you're a criminal, I can't trust anything you say. That's no reason. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc?
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
Oh? Kim, I'm sorry.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
Can we please have a conversation?
It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
What am I?
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you.
I'm sorry. Shall we take a step back?
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Before doing anything whatsoever? I really want to attempt destroying the machine. I mean, her sense of security would probably be bad, but also it's hurting Kim. But also I really want to click that. Okay, what do I miss in the chats? The enjoying the explicit and casual confirmation of her being lesbian and newly out bisexual Harry, wording it as, "Are you a girl like her?" Classy made her sound a lot more intense and crazy than she actually is. Love her, but she does have a vendetta. Yeah. it's... Is that really the effect of the drugs? She's so normal and easy to get along with, and all of the atmosphere of this moment is coming from the death ray and the fact that she's a little bit cagey, but other than that, she's perfectly ordinary. The guy she ended up with was a psycho, and and antenna. Love girls with great antennas. But everything is innuendo, even when we're being tortured underneath the death ray. Even the pale driver was like, never trust a poet. Oh my gosh. So nothing seems to point to her anymore. She was in the drug trade, but she didn't kill the guy. I won't jump to destroying this thing immediately. It seems like a bit of an ending. I'm uncertain. Who killed the merc?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Gross.
Her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
I'm sorry.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side.
Pronounced like the first part of claustrophobic.
He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
So what happened on Sunday night?
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity. She's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal.
Aggressively chill.
No one to lead. She still wants to retain some control of the situation.
It's okay. We just want to...
Can I give him my hat with the ear coverings?
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasha comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
This woman has seen people OD. Glacia wasn't quite there yet, so why run?
Oh God. She said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit.
And by that you mean the corpse.
She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
And just like getting rid of it not so publicly, it wouldn't have been an option. Just sort of taking apart as many pieces as possible. God, but that wouldn't have been an alibi either. She said you seemed to have a plan prepared when you got there. She found it weird that you came up with a plan so quickly.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
Okay, one twist after another. Has anyone told the truth to us in our lives?
She was shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
I'm so sorry, Ruby. Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
Even with volition on our side, Clash still manipulated us.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy boys.
Oh my God.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
Christ. So the shower head, that's resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Did she kill him herself?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
It's just one big shit sandwich for everyone, isn't it?
But even if you worried lynching my lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going, fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
So if you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
I'm a what?
That strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Well, I feel weird.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself.
What am I?
Fucking hell. And why me?
So I made the case harder for him before we even got here.
It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
This could be a stroke, this could be death. Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
So I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right?
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
It was a real question. I lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, really?
She doesn't believe you.
Horrible.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
So what did you do to this Madre anyway?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She's not going to change her mind that easily. She still perceives you as a threat.
And we can ask about the bunker next door. I mean, I don't know much about the bunker next door.
What bunker?
There's a communist hideout back there. It's a revolutionary bunker.
Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Okay, are we about to have an aneurysm? Are we?
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Well, we got through a lot of questions. Ma'am, you've really hurt us. I hope you don't mind if I try to chuck something at it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Just staggering through it. I thought you were gonna strike and hit like that.
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again.
Oh dear.
But
oh dear. Okay. Things I've missed in the chat. If it's not Ruby, it feels like we've learned nothing. Absolutely. It's this esoteric after all of this time. Is that the ocean? I've been wondering. I wasn't sure with all the distortion going on. Clasha with the secret agent, bent, threw her under the bus, faked a hanging knowledgeably. I do remember La Puta Madre a little bit, and Kim impersonating some type of an agent. A mob boss, huh? And we fought through the pain to get there like an anime protagonist. I don't want to yell you're under arrest right immediately. I just want to say, you okay, Kim?
All good, officer.
He sounds so hurt.
she looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Look, I'm sorry. Can we just talk?
Oh, fuck it.
Fuck. What are you doing?
Problem solving.
No.
Ma'am, put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
No. Kim, I believe in your ability to say more than I can.
Oh, yes it is.
So... what carefulness is there? I mean, I see you there in the chat. Be careful. a red check, but there's no saving. There's no saving before it. There's no things to put on. That's just the level of rhetoric that we have. Do I feel lucky to if I engage the reloading mechanic of this game, that turns it into like Russian roulette with Ruby, Russian roulette with her. We could let her do it. There's no safety on it. 1 in 3 odds. It feels worse to fail when you actually tried.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So why is it not coming to you?
You just have You just have an in there.
Because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her finger squeezes the trigger now.
We can say she doesn't deserve to die like this. I was drunk, I didn't mean it, or I can't stop her. It's not boding well. It's strange that I had faith in Kim's wording. She doesn't deserve to die like this.
No, wait. Finally, it comes to you. A way to connect with her.
I know your pain. I've been let down by women too. Oh, she's definitely gonna do it. No. Oh, God.
She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Neon, huh? Oh, no, we couldn't even convince her we're not associated with the mob. So down the list.
Fuck.
Yeah. A rhetoric check. I'll write that one down.
Get a hold of yourself. He needs your support now, too.
Okay, Kim, what did we just do?
Our job. It went really bad. And now we need to clean it up.
Okay.
She died. How can he be so cold?
I came in here with all the empathy and none of the rhetoric. I failed to talk her down.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me. You can't let this break you.
There is no coming back from this one.
Oh.
It will stay with you in nightmares.
Oh. Okay, pain threshold. You could attempt to... Is that at a cap? You could attempt to level that one up before getting in here as well. I'm taking every note to see whether I want to replay this, or... Is this an ending? Is this a... In seeing a first ending, should I see this one? It's our fault.
We are cops. Everything is our fault if we let it be.
And he's still in incredible pain from all this. We can say, I'm not doing this anymore. Well, that sounds like you're quitting being a cop, but he needs you. Compose yourself.
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere.
Well, it would be incredibly awkward to haul it to the mercenary. Would that prevent any further bloodshed? She already did it. There's so many people that would be let down with you, that would think that you'd...
That tent there.
What? What? There's an escalation, there's a tent, the gun. You could pick up the gun if you wanted. I mean, I'm interested in seeing where to go from here. But indeed, I think I think I'll, like, first of all, look at the saves. Look at what I have got here. Okay, the autosave was just now. The quick save was directly before it. That's the one that I would go back to if I am indeed reloading. I mean, that's one hell of a note to leave off on, but I mean, it has been 3.5 hours, so I guess I'll leave whether I don't know. I don't know if I want to see this ending as my first ever seen ending in all of this, or otherwise. Hi, Ruby. It looks like a lot of paintings on this machine that you've made. He just goes right back to his ordinary stance. I guess let's have an ordinary save, as ordinary as it gets, and wonder what the hell the game is gonna be from here. Alright. I genuinely don't know whether to leave it like that. Just that I know that I'm logging off for now. Does a quick save reload? Does a proper save reload? Some of them don't look like they might. You're saying I can't believe we buried the case. Oh God, that was unlucky as hell. I don't quite know. Don't quite know what to do. I guess I'll just think it over and find out what it is I'm doing next time. Alright, that went from dancing to, I don't know, insights on the world, to various perspectives on everything, to this. Thank you very much for spending time with me for this quite long indeed stream. I guess we'll pick it up or reload or something. I don't know. I don't know. Next time. Thank you very much for spending time with me, Hijinks Arcade. Cosmozoan, thank you for being here. And I shall